Hello friends, welcome to this tutorial of web design and development. In the previous chapter we studied about selectors in CSS. We studied about simple selector. Now there are other selectors also, but we'll study these other selectors in the later parts of CSS, because using these simple selectors we can learn most of the properties. Then we have control over most of the properties. We'll come back to these pseudo classes selector, pseudo element selector, combinators and attribute selectors. Then we'll be able to understand this in a better way. Now in this part we are discussing about CSS colors. Colors is an important element of a web page, because designing of a web page depends a lot upon what type of colors are used in it. So if you will say different elements, if you will say different color for different elements, your website might look pretty. So now in CSS we can specify a color using predefined color names. So we have some color names here like tomato, orange, dodger blue, medium, sea green, grey, slate blue, violet, light grey, powder blue, pink. Then we have some common names like red, green, blue, yellow, black, white, etc. So I think we can use these common names, and we have some special names also, like tomato is there, dodger blue is there, powder blue is there. So there are other ways of writing a color name also. So we have RGB, which is red, green and blue. Then we have hex, which is the hexadecimal code of a color. Then we have HSL, RGBA, HSLA. So I will now show you examples of these. HSL is basically hue, saturation and lightness. When we add A to it, that means we are adding alpha. That means we want to make the color transparent. Now I have written some examples here. So I have prepared this document called csscolors.html. I will share this code with you. In this code you can see we have title as a CSS color example. So one particular color I have chosen, and I have made that color with the help of RGB, which is red, green and blue. So using the style attributes I have written background color RGB. There is one more thing here that you need to know, that where can we apply CSS colors. So we can apply CSS colors on text, on background and on border. So suppose there is any element, suppose we have paragraph element or heading element. So if we have to apply a CSS color on that border of it, so we can apply that. We can also apply colors in background. We have already seen examples of that. And we can also apply CSS colors on text. I will show you some examples of applying CSS color by RGB, hex example, then HSL example, which is hue, saturation and lightness, and then HSLA example, which is hue, saturation, lightness and alpha. So this is the same color, this is some green color, and but the styles of creating that green color is different. The way we have created that green color, in the first part we have used the RGB function, then we have used the HSL function. Now in RGB you have to provide three values here. So every value takes values between 0 to 255. So actually it is 16 raised to the power 2 values here, which is 256, but because 0 is there, so we can write 0 to 255. And hence we have hexadecimal code also. In hexadecimal code there are 6 characters. With this hashtag there are 7 characters. Every character can take either a number, that is 0 to 9. So it can either take a numeric value between 0 to 9, or it can take alphabet value between A to F. So you can see here we have ED6 to B, 7ED6 to B. So first character has 0 to 9, then second character has between A to F, and so on. In hue, saturation and lightness, this is hue, This is saturation in percentage, and this is lightness in percentage. Then in hue, saturation, lightness and alpha, we have hue here, saturation here, lightness, and then alpha. So we want our green color to be 50% transparent. How we know that it is green? Now you will see an example. So I can go to the folder where I have saved this css colors.html file. I will run it. Now you will see we have the same color here. So this particular color is generated using RGB. This is generated using hex. This is generated using HSL, and this is generated using HSLA. We can also generate the same code using RGBA. So we can copy this here, and we simply have to write another value here. So it will be 4 values. So here also you have to write 0.5. 0.5 means 50% transparent. So let's run it. So you can see the same effect here. Now let's make it 0.9 so that we can see. So now you can see it's not transparent. So if you have to make it transparent, you have to. So 0.1 will be really transparent, and this is 10% transparent here. So or we can say 10% opaque here. So now that you know how we can define a color, so I have demonstrated the example of background color. We can also color any particular text. So suppose this is our text. This text is green, and this is a paragraph in which I have applied this. And in this paragraph, I will now create a CSS file. So you can see here there is no definition for my green here. So I will create a CSS file here. So I will make it as in order to select a class, we can write dot here. So dot my green, then I will write the definition for it. So in my green, the first color we have to apply color here. So color, because I want to change the font of it, and then I can write something like tomato here. So color tomato, and then I have to save this CSS file. So I will save this CSS file in color.css. So I have made a CSS file called color, and I have saved this as color.css. Now you can see this particular file is not linked with our HTML document yet. So in order to make it work, we have to link it. So link rel is equal to style sheet, and then you can write type is equal to what type of link it is. You can write type is equal to text/css. Remember, you can either use single quote or you can use double quote, so it's up to you. But this single quote and double quote thing is more important in something like a JavaScript or PHP. Here you can use anything here. So type is equal to text/css, and then you have to write href is equal to. So in CSS folder we have a file called color.css. So because this document is there in the root directory, by root directory I mean the directory in which all other files are saved, which is the welcome directory or the main directory of our website, where the home page is there, and in that root directory there is a folder called CSS, and we are referring that folder, then we are referring to a file. Now when you will execute this or you will reload the example here, so now you can see the text is changed. We can increase the size of text so that we can clearly view it. You already know how to increase the size of a text, so you have to write font size, because you want to increase the size of font size, so you have to write font size. Let's say font size is 30 pixels. We can write font size in pixels, and px stand for pixels. Now you can see we can try these other examples also, which are discussed here. So we can try let's say slate blue. We have powder blue also. So this is slate blue. Now because we want to make it green, I will show you one more example here. We have a website called slidescope.com/HTML codes. So in this website here, the URL is simple here, slidescope.com and then /HTML codes. So I have made it a really simple web page here. You can select this color picker. So this color picker is made using input type is equal to color. So in this form, I will show you a code also so that you can also create something like this. So here you can see here that input type is equal to color here. So when you will write input type is equal to color, so your input will be made like this, where using which we can choose colors. Now suppose I have to choose a green color here, and this is arrow here. So here you can see the color. So suppose we have to select this particular green color, and what you can see here is you can see the hue, saturation and lightness. You can also see red, green and blue here. So this is how you can use this particular tool for getting RGB value mainly. You can add it to your custom colors also and press OK. And now when you will press on C color code, then you will be able to see the hashtag of it also. So hex code for it. Now I will copy this hex code and I will place it here because I want it to be my green. So now let's run this. Now you can see here, now this text is green. We can also make background of any particular element as green. For that we have background green, and we can set border also green. So for that we have border property, you can see here. So we have border bottom color, right? So first I will show you example of simple border. So to create a border, first you have to set a style for border. So you have to write something like border dash style. Border can take many styles, like it can take solid, dashed, dotted. So I will show you some examples. First let's select solid here. Border style solid means we want a solid border, and border, then we have border color. So there is a property called border color. When you have to apply color on font, we have color. When you have to apply color on background, we have background color. So we have background color. And when you have to apply property on, so property for border color is border color. And let's say we want the border color to be of powder blue. I am showing you these examples so that you can understand these are colors, and if you remember the name of these colors, so you can use them directly in your code. And when you will apply this, and so you can see here our paragraph now has a border, and border is solid and it has color also. Border style can be dashed. So in this example I am also covering border style so that you can understand what type of borders can be there. So you can see that border style is dashed. So you can see, suppose you have to create borders but you want borders to be dashed, you can use this. Border style can be dotted also. So let's see example of dotted. You can see border is not dotted, we have simple dots here. I will write it here. Again, if you remember from the previous class, if you have to apply comments in CSS, why do we apply comments? So that we can get some information from the code, but that comment will not be executed. So to make some remarks, to make some comments, we use comments. So border style is dotted, dashed, which we have already seen. Border style can be solid also, and To close a comment, we have to write a star and forward slash. So forward slash and asterisk sign to start a comment, forward slash and asterisk, then asterisk sign and forward slash to close a comment. So we have these other styles also like groove, ridge, inset. So let's try groove here and see how this is a 3D type of border. So this is groove. Then let's try outset. So I will provide this documentation. You can try these different type of borders. You can see in outset we have different color for bottom and right, and different color for top and left. So let's provide a solid border here, and instead of border style should be solid, and I will write border bottom color, and then I will first close this CSS here because we have only one property, so it might work, but if we have other properties it might not work. So it's always better to close this. We have border bottom color, and let's say border bottom color is this particular color here. You can write any color here because we are discussing colors and borders. So now you can see it's solid, and now let's remove this property. So something like border bottom color works better on something like H1 or H2. Let's write H2 here, and H2 I will make it class as, so the name of class for this particular H2 tag is, let's say, border bot BORBOT, and now because we have another class here, so we can refer to it by dot operator, and now I will use border style solid here and border bottom color as this particular color here. Now you will see that in this case you will be able to clearly see the difference, that border is solid and border bottom color is black here. So this is example of borders and colors. You can apply colors on various elements. You can use RGB, hex, HSL, RGBA or HSLA values, and then you can apply colors on font. You can apply color on background and borders.